Hello everyone, I welcome you to today's cooking session. If it's your first time stopping by, I warmly welcome you. And to my returning subscribers, thank you all so much for all your support. On the menu today, I've got chicken mixed vegetable sauce, which is going to be served with freshly cooked yam. And it's going to be packed with a lot of nutrients. And it's going to be very delicious. And I just can't wait. So let's begin. So what I love about this recipe is that my children really love eating it. And we all know how difficult it is for most children to incorporate or to start eating vegetables. So when they love eating it like this, I make sure I put in much effort to constantly make them for them, because we all want our children to start eating well in their childhood stage. So when they grow up, it doesn't become difficult. And in so doing, they also keep on living a healthy life. So I'm pouring my extra virgin olive oil into my saucepan, and as you can see, all of my ingredients are set. I've chopped all of the ingredients I will need. At the moment, I'm chopping my salted beef, which I'm going to start with. First, I'm going to drop my salted beef into my hot olive oil in the saucepan. And straight away add my onions and give it a stir. So after stirring, next is to blend my onions, my garlic, scotch bonnet, pepper, and I've also got powdered ginger, which today I do not have the fresh, so I'm going to use a powdered one, and I will add it into the food later on. So it's best to use little amount of water, or preferably use part of your oil for the cooking, so you don't have to spend too much time waiting for the water part to evaporate. Else it's going to keep your cooking longer, which most of the time we don't really have much time. But at the same time, we also want to eat well. So it's best to put that into consideration. And also, depending on the type of blender you have, you might not want to put any water or liquid. So with our water, it can still blend quickly for you. So your cooking don't take too much time. You understand what I mean? Now my blending is done, so I'm pouring it straight into my saucepan. And I'm going to add my powdered ginger and my dried smoked powdered fish, and we'll stir everything together. Afterwards, I'll make sure I cover it for it to simmer for a few minutes. So after about 10 minutes, I'm stirring my sauce and I'm adding in my chicken thighs, which has got its skin and bones already removed, and also all excess fat trimmed off. And also, because I'm choosing to cook my chicken in my sauce, I'm going to make sure I mix properly, and I'll cover it for about 10 to 15 minutes for the chicken to soften properly. And at this stage, with 2/3 of the cooking done, it's already looking magical. I'm going to add in my mixed vegetables, which here I've got cauliflower, broccoli, carrots, and sprouts, and I'll give it a good stir. At this stage, I'm also going to add in my corned beef and my sardine. And because the corned beef is bulky, I'll make sure I break it into smaller pieces and also cover it so the heat can soften it and will be easier to mix everything together. I'm also going to add in my bell peppers, which here I've got yellow and red. Going to put everything together. At this point, our sauce is done, but depending on how crunchy or soft you want your vegetables, you can leave it on to your preference, as short as you want or as long as you want. But I want mine very crunchy. I don't want my vegetables to become too soft. I still want them in their early stages where all my nutrients are intact. At this stage, I've turned off my heating and I'm going to let the residual heat to just soften the vegetables for the sake of my children. This sauce is a great way of entertaining family and friends who come over. Just make sure you cook it in a bigger size because you should definitely know they are going to go for 2 or 3 times more. With mine, I'm going to serve it with some freshly cooked yam. It's really mouth-watering and you're going to love it. It is definitely perfect for you and your family. This is the evidence. Isn't this perfect? Isn't it mouth-watering? So thank you so much for watching and for subscribing and for all your support. If you haven't subscribed, also remember to do so for me, as it means a lot. Lastly, please also don't forget to turn on your notification bell. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.